Hey guys, welcome to the Goodview Woodworks channel. Welcome back to another Shop Talk Tuesday live, and I'm really excited to talk about the Cheapskate challenge. First off, I want to say to you guys, where are you guys at? How was your week? Where are you checking in from? And all those things. So Mac Evans posted, he is the first one, and he says, sorry I missed you the last 2 weeks, been crazy. It is all good, man. No problems at all. I'm glad you were able to make it this week. Kaola In says, good morning, good evening from Cyprus. And could you do me a favor? Could you kind of type and tell me how to pronounce your name? I would like to say it correctly. So guys, for all those who are watching, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who entered in the Goodview Woodworks challenge. If you've noticed the thumbnail for this video, Corporal is the person who won first place, and that was his kitchen island that he made using 2x4s and epoxy. I also wanted to give a shout out to the other entries that we had 4 people total enter, and that would be Rob Nichols. He had the, if you saw the pictures, he had the pendants. Rusty Merkin also, right? As a matter of fact, he just commented, said love the challenge. So Rusty Merkin made the coat rack you saw with the Lichtenberg burn and stained it with Kool-Aid and highlighters. I thought that was really, really cool. That was one of my favorites. And also Jacob Fur with the TV tray. That would be RN Timber Turnings with the thumbs up. So I wanted to say thank you to all those guys who entered into the challenge, and I wanted to ask you guys a question. If you notice down in the comments section, I tried to post a comment, but for some reason it put 4 of them down there. I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to know if you guys wanted to do another challenge like that. It was really fun for me. As a matter of fact, that was my first time making a piece of art, and it was a good learning experience. So I really, really enjoyed it. I was hoping for the next challenge, what we would do is change up the rules a little bit. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? What kind of rules would you guys like to see in the Cheapskate challenge? Excuse me for a second. Got another LaCroix. Kula says, yes, yes, yes. Another one. Rusty Murray says, I'm addicted now. New challenge every month. Yeah, you know what? We could do a new challenge every month. I'm down with that. William says, I can't do local. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so you guys shoot me some comments and let me know what kind of rules and regulations you want, and we can whip up something really cool we can all try. Mac Evans says, no holds, anything can be purchased anywhere. That's cool. I mean, hey, it wouldn't be cheap, but you know. William says, but I can do cheap. Cola says, same rules as previously. Aaron, hey Aaron, I'm not sure if I've noticed you on here before, but welcome to the Goodview Woodworks channel. Welcome to Shop Talk Tuesday. He says, I would put a price cap on it. Robert says, sorry, change accounts. New challenge? Heck yeah. Jeremy says, price limit. Okay, Jennifer says, hey y'all. Mocked up woodwork. I lost out on the last one. On the last one, video wouldn't upload. So Mocked Up Woodwork, what did you do? Above the Deck says, what did you do in the back of your boat table? Oh, what did you do the back of your boat table? So, like, do you mean the underside? So Mac Evans says price cap for sure. Aaron says, watch videos all the time, new to chat. You're hilarious. Hey, man, thank you. uh, Mocked Up says, I think rules shouldn't change. We own a hardware store. Yeah, it's probably easy for you. Okay, so what I'll do is, guys, I'll take all of your comments and stuff, and maybe tomorrow what I'll do is I'll make a poll on YouTube, and I'll have you guys vote, and just I'll do a few rules here and there. So like I'll give a list of rules for you guys to vote on, and then we'll vote, and then that's how we'll choose the rules. So Above the Deck asked me what I did to the underside of the river table for the yacht, and I know I didn't show it, but what I did was the customer wanted me to lay a sheet of fiberglass mat on the bottom of the table for more stability. He was worried with the boat rocking and the vibrations, if he went into rough water, that it would crack the epoxy, which it didn't. It's been perfectly fine. But what I did was I laid some fiberglass mat on the bottom, and then he ordered some stainless steel legs for his boat, and they had some wedge fit mounts that had bolt holes in it. And what I did was we mounted those to the bottom, and I used wood inserts to attach them so that it would slide down on top of the legs and the floor. So that's what we end up doing. Okay, so Rusty says price caps and limits on materials you can use. Thomas Squire says, I'm back. What's going on with the baby? Okay, hey Thomas. No information on a baby yet. As far as the adoption process going, we're just in limbo, waiting for that mother to choose us. So that's where we are there. Max says, I have to order epoxy online. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll take all these into consideration. That's really cool. I may do a price cap and see what we can do for, like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. And I'll let you guys use the internet this time instead of going into a store. Mocked Up Woodwork says, check it out on my Facebook page, a little bit in that piece. I'm not sure what you mean there. A little bit in what piece? Guys, also, I wanted to give you an update on some things that are coming up in this week for a project that project video I'll be releasing this weekend. And what I'll be doing is an epoxy cutting board, like it's like a river table, but a river cutting board, a smaller one. And I'll be doing a collaboration with a YouTuber, and his YouTube channel is Capturing Christianity. So if you guys want to check him out, you can. And it's for his wife. I reached out to him because I appreciate some of the work that he did on his channel, and and just asked if I could send him something cool. So he accepted, and so this is going to be a surprise to his wife. It's going to be really, really cool. Robert Nichols says, make a common household item for the challenge. That's a pretty cool idea. Thomas says, I like the repurposed idea. Kaola says, put the price limit more up. In Cyprus, the materials are more expensive. Okay. Okay, I can do that. Aaron asked, "Do you do a live chat every Tuesday?" I do. So this is Shop Talk Tuesday live, and what we do is every Tuesday I come here live, and it's more of like a Q&A session and behind the scenes here at the Goodview Woodworks. So I just kind of give you guys updates on what's been going on in my life here, and also give you a chance to ask any questions from the videos that I've posted, or if you have any questions personally with epoxy, I give you a chance to post them up here and ask me personally. So Nathan says, "I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here." Hey man, it's all good. How was hanging out with your friend last week? Max says, "Oh, I also want to say that I'm at the point of being able to ship slabs, so I want to see if I could send you one." Yes, yes, of course, you could send me one. Um, what you should do is maybe we can go over the details. Either send me a private message on Facebook or Instagram. Just so you guys know, we have a Goodview Woodworks page that you can post up there, and also on my Instagram, you can direct message me there at Goodview Woodworks. Um, Nathan, so he said good. It was just good. I also wanted to say, so that Famo Wood glaze coat that I used um, from Home Depot actually worked pretty well. I was actually surprised. So it cured fine, dried fine, didn't really have any bubbles, and it's pretty inexpensive. So I bought a quart, and I think it was only $23. So it was really good. I'd give that Famo Wood a thumbs up. I don't know if I would use it all the time, but if you guys want to try out epoxy, that would be an inexpensive choice that's readily available that you guys can use. So Saber Saw says, "Sup? What's up, Saber Saw? How you doing?" All right, Mac. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Um, yeah, and I can what I can do is, how about I make you something and send it right on back to you? Would you like that? Thomas Squire says, "I didn't think you were supposed to use epoxy on a cutting board." Well, Stone Coat Countertops epoxy is food safe. If you um, look at their materials and stuff like that, it is food safe, and I don't think there is an issue using epoxy as long as you're not, scraping little chunks off and putting them into your food. I think you're okay. I mean, we have plastic cutting boards here at the house that are fine. So once epoxy, this epoxy that I'm using is 100% solids from Stone Coat Countertops. There's no nasty solvents or anything, and once it's solid, there's nothing in there that can hurt you. It's pretty inert. Aaron says, "Did you hang the sunset project?" Not yet. My wife is having me use some black walnut that we have over in the shop to make a frame. So what I'm gonna do is make a frame first, and then we will hang it up on the wall. But as soon as I get a chance, I will send you guys or post a picture up on the community tab. So uh, Mac Evans, I hear you. Saber Saw says, "Is ecopoxy safe?" Yes, it is. I've seen a lot of people make tables and cutting boards and things from ecopoxy. Plus, ecopoxy, that's their whole gig, is that it's environmentally friendly. Jeremy P says, I think, excuse me, going back to ecopoxy, I think it's also made from like soybeans or something like that. Jeremy P says, "Picked up a works drill that you spin the head from a drill bit to screw driving bit. Does anyone have experience with one? Also, finally got back from DeWalt. Got my saw back from DeWalt. Didn't tell me what got fixed." Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Does your saw work now? Hopefully, it works really well. And no, I haven't seen a works drill. I have to look it up and see what it's all about. Mac Evans says, I'll be starting with my big table this weekend. I'll try to video it, but definitely have a picture. Okay. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm excited to see what you got. And Sabersaw says, who was the winner in project? So the guy's name is Corporal, and if you saw the thumbnail to this video, Sabersaw, that kitchen island was the winner. So it was a kitchen island made from 2x4s and epoxy, and clear epoxy. He used clear epoxy as a finish. Jeremy says, saw works great. That's good. It's nice when you actually have a tool that works. I bought an old table saw. It was old Grizzly. And I paid, I think, $150 for it, and the motor went out in it about a year after I bought it. And luckily, I was able to get a new motor for relatively cheap. And it's just nice to have something that works and not just sitting there. Nathan says, is it worth buying dyes specified to epoxy, or spray paint just as effective? Well, I would say, okay, that's a good question. From my experience, what I did the other day, spray paint worked just fine. I would say though that the dyes would probably last you a little longer than spray paint, and it doesn't have any weird smell or anything like that. So I would go with the dye. You could probably find dyes pretty inexpensively. Jennifer says, Jeremy, I bought those Works drills for all the guys in my farm last year. They really like them. Well, that's really cool. Hey, Jennifer, what kind of farm do you have? Koala says, I like that kitchen island a lot. She says, I regret for spending money on maple instead, what is that, marble instead of wood and epoxy cover. William Wackman says, spray paint for hydro dipping. Hey, William, I'm surprised that you know what hydro dipping is. I don't know if you saw, if you go back really far in my videos on Goodview Woodworks to some of the first ones, I used to do hydrographics on the side, and it was really fun to do. But I've never actually tried spray paint. I actually use like legitimate film and you know, and all the activator and all that stuff. Aaron says, I like to use airbrush paint to dye epoxy. That's really cool. Myra Ramos, hey, what's up? It's okay to be late. It's all good. Jennifer says, sorry, fam, as in family. They all got them for Christmas. Oh, okay. Not farm. Sorry about that. Got your fam. Okay, that's cool. I mean, that'd be sweet if you had a farm, though, right? Are you a farmer type? Nathan says hydro dipping with spray paint is really easy. All you do is spray it on the water surface and dip the object into it. Yeah, yep. I used to when I had my hydrographics business, I used to I would buy film that was camo and carbon fiber and zombie skulls and all that thing. And I used to paint and dip and things like that. So I did a bunch of guitars and guns and things like that, but it was surprising. It's really hard to be consistent with it because the temperature of everything had to be spot on. So Yebs says, hi all. Hey Yebs, I think it's my first time seeing you on here. Welcome to Shop Talk Tuesday and welcome to Goodview Woodworks. William Wackman says, us Texas folk south of the Mason-Dixon are still a bit slow. Hey man, I'm south of the Mason-Dixon. What you trying to say? I wanted to give you guys a plug too. Nathan McCarr, if you if you wanted to tint with pearls too, Black Diamond Pigments will send you like a set of 12 different colors for like $20. Pretty good. William Wyman says, barely sucker. Hey, I am still though. Hey, barely is still below it. Nathan says, speaking of farm, I'll post a picture of the 2 lamps that were born this morning at the farm my school has. So is that lambs, like a baby sheep, or a lamp? Thomas says, having a farm isn't all you think. I have 12 horses, 25 cows, and about 20 chickens. It's a lot of work every day. Hey, man, I never thought that it was easy, but that's really, really cool. Do you ride horses? Yeb says, is my first time live with you. Love your videos. Have inspired me to try some pours. That's really, really cool. So what, have you had a chance to pour anything yet? What's your upcoming project? Myra says, I'm kind of scared of doing hydro dipping, afraid to mess it up. I tell you what, man, I did it for about 2 years, and I messed up all the time. Just because if you don't do something exactly the same, have the temperatures exactly right, if your water isn't warm enough, it messes up. And so, yeah, it was very, very difficult. Bob Nicholas says Richmond is deep south. Yeah, super deep south. Mac Evans says, I'm having to buy a new heat gun. Any thoughts on the brand? No, not really. I went to Home Depot and bought, I think, the cheapest one they have, and it was, I think it was a Stanley, and works great. I haven't had any issues with it. Nathan says, twin baby lambs. Oh, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. William says, woo, he almost made his head explode. Aaron says, Black & Decker, good price, runs forever. That's really good. You got to be careful with Black & Decker though, right? I mean, well, in my experience, Black & Decker either runs for a really long time or hardly any time at all. Yeb says, starting small with a side table. Well, that's cool. If you ever have any questions, feel free and don't hesitate to ask. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask me. You can send a private message at Instagram or on Instagram at Goodview Woodworks, or on the Facebook page Goodview Woodworks. Also, send me some pictures. I'd like to see it. Bob says, I lived there for 3 years. They told me I was. I'm sorry. I don't know what is OM. Because Kentucky was neutral in the war. And Max says, we have 8 baby goats, also a week old. Oh man, you know what? My wife has talked about getting goats. She says that she would love to have a baby goat. Probably because we slack on cutting the grass. And we could use the baby goats to eat up all the grass. Robert says Win makes a pretty good product at a decent price. Check them out. Yeah, I've seen that. My father-in-law bought a Win bandsaw. He said that thing works really well. Myra says Genesis is crap. Is that a brand of heat gun? Max says they're great for weed control. Yeah, that's what I need. Oh, William, you're funny, man. Hey, William, I'm glad you're back on here. I hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks. It's good to have you back. Jennifer says, do your baby goats do yoga? LOL. Yeah, that video is pretty funny. Yeah. I like when the baby goats are doing flips and they jumping off everybody and stuff. It's pretty funny. Robert says goats are nice until they figure out how to get out of their fence. I'm sure. I know they try all the time. I'm sure they're always jumping up on things. Max says, laugh my butt off. uh, Myra is talking about his heat gun, Genesis. He said he had to change it 3 times. That is terrible. Nathan says, what does the Shop Talk Tuesday turn into, LOL? For the last 10 minutes, we talked about baby goats. Hey, that's what it's all about. It's just, in all seriousness, no joking aside. I mean, joking aside. Shop Talk Tuesday is here just to talk, just to hang out with you guys and just kind of grow a community of people that we can get together and talk and chat and just have a lot of fun. So it also is a time for asking questions, but also a time to just hang out with everyone. William says, glad to be back. Busy building tables, sold 2, just cut another. Maybe I need to go into the goat business. Might be more money in it. Hey, William, man. Hey, man, send me some pictures of some tables. You did send me some of the Lichtenberg stuff, which is really, really cool, really pretty. I appreciate it. I always like seeing your stuff. Max says he's looking at one from Harbor Freight, never used one. Hey, you know, you can always go back and get one for free if it messes up. That's what I like about Harbor Freight, is that, you know, even if you break it, you can go back and get a new one. I will say, I had a friend of mine say that if it has any moving parts, don't buy it from Harbor Freight. If it's a screwdriver or a solid tool, you can never go wrong. Aaron says, LOL, Goat Talk Tuesday. Y'all are hilarious. So Fa44 says, good day from South Australia. It's good to see you colonials now have electricity, LOL. Didn't we have it first? Did we have it first or did you have it first? Aaron says, I just refabbed an antique dresser, put marble looking epoxy on top. Oh, that's really cool. You know, I'd like to see some pictures of that too. William says the red coats are coming. Aaron, did you when you refurbished the antique dresser, did you do this to resell it or did you do it for personal use? I also had a question to all you guys who are watching now. Excuse me, let me turn the light on. Sorry. Did you guys, there was a few people that asked and wanted to see my video setup and how I record video. So I meant to ask you guys, is that something you would be interested in seeing? Let me know in the comments. William says, coming for your b-hole. Oh man, it's hilarious. Hey, that reminds me, William. I got to get that beehive epoxied up. So that is something that is going to be coming in the future too. I'm not sure, and I have figured out a way. So this is my plan. I want to tell you guys what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly coat the outside of the beehive with some epoxy and let it harden. And then I'm going to take a 5-gallon bucket or a smaller bucket with a lid, cut a hole in it for a vacuum, and I will pour the rest of the epoxy in the beehive and then try to vacuum the bubbles out of it. So that way it'll cure and be solid. That way we can turn a bowl out of it. Um, Max says, so Aaron says resell. Okay. Have you resold it yet? And Max says, so I did decide to go with Stone Coat for my epoxy and colors. Okay. Yeah, they have a great product. Rusty Merkin says, yes, I'm curious as well. Aaron says, however, my wife likes it so much we might be keeping Oh, okay. Nice. That happens sometimes with me too. All right, so yeah, guys, so what I'll do is maybe I'll post up a small video and go over the things that I do to record, and you're actually going to be pretty surprised on how small and very few items I have for my equipment. Jennifer says, hey y'all, I've got something that to date I've stumped the Stone Coat folks with. I want to do a countertop that looks like tortoiseshell, but I'm not sure what colors to use, base and tinting epoxy. Wow, that is, you know what? I think I would like to tackle a sample piece and see what I can come up with. I wonder if, like on a tortoiseshell, so it has like a coppery green brownish color, I guess.
No, she means tortoiseshell, like the brown and black.
Oh, like the brown and black, like you see on sunglasses sometimes?
Yeah, a lot of women wear the tortoiseshell glasses or jewelry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about now?
Yes. Yeah. So I would like to try that. I think I could try a sample piece. Maybe I'll see what I can do. William says, "Laugh my butt off. Sounds like a disaster. Let's get on it. Ding ding. Whoop whoop." uh, Max says, "My wife is keeping the cutting board I made." Yep. Jennifer says, "Browns definitely yes." William says, "Forest green with IPA alcohol. That makes the suction cup looking shapes." Sorry, I was trying to see what my wife was doing.
I was gonna get something, but I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about though?
The tortoise shell?
Yeah.
Yes. So, William says spray the isopropyl alcohol on the green. Yeah, I like I said, I want to try and see, like to look at some tortoiseshell stuff and see if I could make something. I bet if I wonder if you, yeah, you know how do you know how they do the geodes? I wonder if you maybe did something similar to the way they make the geodes, if it would work. Jennifer says, I have a few pics. I sent them for reference. I'll email to you. Okay, yeah, I would like to see that. Yeah, William, yeah. I've seen when they spray the isopropyl alcohol in there, it does make like a fisheye. Yeah, I've seen that. I thought about doing that in the in my art piece for the Cheapskate challenge, but it ended up making cells all on its own, which is pretty cool. Max says, I'm curious. Think I'll try it also, see what I can come up with. Yeah, everybody, that would be great. If you could if whoever wants to try should try it and see what we can come up to help out Jennifer with. Robert Nichols says, Jennifer, check out Ligari on YouTube. They do epoxy coated floors and have some really neat ideas. Maybe they could help with your dilemma. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pack it in for the night. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me this evening. It was really, really fun. I'm glad that you guys were here and were able to chat with me tonight. As a matter of fact, I got to get back out into the shop and finish up that cutting board that I'm doing, and oh man, y'all are hilarious. I'm trying to do an outro, and you guys are putting some hilarious comments. Nathan says he's gonna miss me. Hopefully, he's talking to me. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It's been always really fun. This is one of my favorite times during the week. You guys are awesome. And if you guys ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Send it to me on Facebook or Instagram. I love to see all of your projects and things that you're doing. So, guys, you are all awesome. Thanks again, and have a good night. All right?